Okay, so Past Lives is the newest A24 movie to come down the pipeline, and it has gotten a lot of attention recently. A lot of people are calling it one of the best movies of the year. It's gotten rave reviews on Letterboxd. I think it currently has one of the highest average ratings of any movie, which is nuts. So yeah, let's talk about Past Lives. This is a movie that I wasn't planning on seeing before I saw all of the praise for it. I honestly, I don't know. It just, I saw a trailer for it. I think when I saw Beau is Afraid, and then it just kind of left my mind. And then I heard more people talking about it, and I was like, "Huh, what is this movie?" And like slowly, my like I guess anticipation grew for it, and I was like, that seems interesting. Oh, I guess I should check that out. And finally, tonight, me and Cam went to see it together, and wow, what a movie that was. There is something about Past Lives that I think can resonate with anybody, especially if you're in a relationship currently or have a past relationship or something that ended because of circumstances that were out of both of the parties' control. I don't know. This movie felt so human and so tapped into a particular feeling and a particular feeling of loss and lost relationships that just it hit very very hard in a very poignant way. This movie was one of the best written, best directed, best acted, best everything I've seen in a really long time. This is 2023's first landmark movie, at least for me. Like there have been great movies. Don't get me wrong. I loved Asteroid City. I loved Rye Lane. I loved Spider Man. You could even probably say you can count Spider Man as like a landmark movie. But for me personally, for my tastes and like how I feel, this is the first that 2023 has given us where I'm like I was floored. Like I was taken aback by how great this movie was. And wow, it's so beautifully shot. Every scene in this movie is so well composed and so just eye candy. All of it is, and it's in a way that fits the tone of the movie. There are some movies that only rely on their really good cinematography and kind of use that to piggyback into being like a pretty good movie. They kind of lack a lot of substance, and the shots are just there to look pretty. With this movie, it invokes its own emotion. All of these shots are there to service the story and but also look incredible. I feel like you either get one or the other with a lot of movies, especially some A24 movies. You get that, but here, wow, it is entwined into the movie. How the cinematography looks and the settings and the colors used, the very like muted and gray and like light blues and all that good stuff. It's used in a way that really invokes this like middling somber feel of that this move that the writing really invokes. I don't know. I just felt like it all connected very well together. And the characters felt so human and not in a way I haven't really seen before. Like these characters felt like genuinely real people that we were following. I like, you know, a lot of great movie characters that I love aren't necessarily like believable as real human beings. Like you can live in them and be like, oh, I can relate to them. There's this, and that. But to me, there was like a certain level of performance given by each of the three actors that are our main characters that felt real and disconnected from film. Like normally, a lot of characters and performances have one step out of reality, one step into like a film world. This felt like the opposite, if that makes any sense. I know I might be not making a lot of sense right now in what I'm trying to say, but they felt there was a certain aspect about all of the performances in this movie that felt too real. Like it's not a negative at all, but they felt so, I don't know, tapped into again a certain feeling, and it just something remarkable about these performances in this movie that they just hit in a different way that a lot of other performances nowadays, even great ones, don't do. Um, and the dialogue is brutal through a lot of it. It's very heartbreaking, and just the story being told, it progressively gets sadder and more introspective, and just a way that tugs at your heartstrings, but doesn't is never melodramatic. This movie is never like it doesn't go for those huge sweeping emotions. Um, it is very quiet and understated and very bare bones, I guess, but in a way that felt so genuine and kind of comforting. Like this movie, weirdly enough, made me feel better after watching it, even though it's a very tough watch for how sad and heartbreaking it is. It felt I felt like I was letting go of a lot of emotions internally while watching this movie. I felt like I don't know, I really connected with this specific feeling it was drawing me to, and just how simple it is, and how you really feel like a fly on the wall the entire time moving through these people's lives. And the soundtrack especially, wow, it is so good. Just really good composing on whoever did this soundtrack, and the editing was precise. It's just every little bit of this movie. This movie's flawless. You cannot point to a single aspect in this movie and be like, that is bad, or that wasn't that. Maybe you should have done it that way. Every single aspect of this movie is flawless. Now I can see where other people won't connect as much, or maybe this won't be some people's thing. I know a lot of people, a very vocal minority of people found this movie a bit boring, which again I guess I can understand to a point. But for me, at least, I know Cam is feeling the same way. This was very moving and very human, and felt good to watch. This is a movie I really needed for me personally right now, and I feel like it's a movie that I'm going to come back to when I'm feeling this way, and when there's a lot of change in my life, and when there's I don't know, when I'm feeling nostalgic, I guess, because this is a very different take about nostalgia and how that affects you in your adult life. So yeah, that is my very long-winded and very unprepared review of Past Lives. I'm going to give it an A+. I think that was, no secret to any of you. This movie is so fucking good, and I implore you to go see this. This is my favorite movie of the year so far. I honestly don't see that changing for a long time, but please, guys, please go see this movie. Go give it some more support. Yeah, it hit me pretty hard. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be seeing the new Insidious movie. I'm working on completing my Indiana Jones ranking video, and also a Wes Anderson ranking video. Those two are kind of in the works. And I decided that I'm going to start filming a full Blu-ray collection video. I know I attempted to do that for my 100th video, but that really failed. So yeah, I'm going to try to do it all in one video, and it's grown significantly since then, so we'll have to see how that works out. But yeah, again, please let me know if you've seen the movie. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If you haven't, please go watch it. And other than that, I will see you all later.